All right guys, in this exercise, we're gonna look at the classic dumbbell chest press, but we're gonna look at it from a different perspective through a different lens. We're gonna make sure that we appreciate this canister position, so we maintain that anterior core. Our rib cage and our pelvis are nice and stacked. When we do that, we get a bigger effect, a better effect on the firing muscles, and we reduce potential stress. So in a classic bench press, we see a lot of arched backs. We see pinching the shoulder blades and pressing. That strategy might work for a power lifter, it might work for a bodybuilder, but if we're trying to be functional athletes and golfers and baseball players, we need to be a little bit more aware of that. So with your classic dumbbell bench press, initially, what I'm gonna have you guys do is perform the exercise with the legs elevated, emphasizing the core. Okay, so we're down, we bring the weights up. We're gonna bring the legs and we're gonna float the legs. I'm gonna take a good deep breath in, and then on my exhale, I'm gonna drive my ribs down, and you'll see my pelvis float a little bit. That's me kicking in my core. And then from there, I wanna imagine I'm pulling the weight down, I'm pulling, maintaining that position, and then exhale into that strong, long position. So I'm shaking because my core is working. Again, pull down, exhale up, press nice and long, and at the top of the movement, we actually want to get some protraction and some spreading of the scapula. So we don't want to leave the shoulder blades back. Rib cage is down, pelvis is underneath us. We maintain a good strong position as we move the weight. You don't want to press here square, so we're actually going to get more emphasis on the pec because of its attachments. If we bring the elbows down to closer to a 45. So square, you're gonna get a lot of shoulder. Bring those elbows down to more 45. Pull the weight, press the weight nice and long. In this variation of the dumbbell chest press, we're gonna have the feet down. So as the load increases, we wanna use the ground. You're gonna be a lot stronger with your feet anchored into the ground, but we still wanna respect the position of the canister. We wanna get into a good, strong position. So again, we can get the maximal effect on the muscles. This might not be your best position to push the most weight, but it's gonna be the most optimal position to use the appropriate muscles and to not build and compress the rib cage. So I'm gonna take the dumbbells up. Now I'm kind of short, so it's hard for me to get my feet on the ground flat. I would probably use a little bit of a step here, okay? But the key is that I can get my back flat into the bench. So I'm gonna take a good breath into my upper back. I'm gonna exhale my rib cage down, and on my next inhale, I'm gonna start to press. So I inhale, exhale, rib cage down, find my core. Next inhale, expand into my back, maintain that breath, and then press nice and long. Again, pull the weight down, push the weight up. I'll do one more. And we want to use that feet down position as the weight gets a little bit heavier so we can anchor into the ground. In this variation of dumbbell bench press, dumbbell chest press, we're going to go into a reciprocal movement, okay, or an alternating movement. For any rotary athlete, and really for any human, it's good to emphasize more reciprocal movement. So I'm going to lay down. I'm going to keep my feet on the ground so I can stay anchored in. I want to get my ribs into a good position. I'm gonna inhale, feel into my back, exhale, take the rib cage down. On my next inhale, I'm gonna bring one dumbbell down, exhale, press. Notice how when I bring the weight down, I'll actually drive longer on this up arm to get even a little bit more rotation. Inhale, exhale. We're alternating those reps. We're gonna get a little bit of rotation, you're gonna get some more scapular stability, shoulder stability, and we're emphasizing that cross body activation of more of a sling pattern. All right guys, in this exercise, we're gonna work on some upper body pulling. We're gonna be using the classic free motion cable machine that most people have access to. And again, you'll see a recurring theme in these exercises. We want to appreciate and respect this center of our body. So this canister position. Ribs down, pelvis underneath us. If we do that, we're able to bounce pressure up and down, and we're a lot less likely to get into this very extended posture, which most people tend to be more stuck in that position or more biased in that position. You gotta drop ego sometimes. You're not gonna be able to pull as much weight, but it's gonna be way better for your performance, and especially your golf game. So in the cable pull down, we want to be fairly vertical, but I can change the angle with both the handles, the cables, and where I sit. If I sit further back, it's gonna be less vertical. If I get closer, it's gonna be more vertical. You want good strength in those, in really all of those positions. So I'm gonna grab a seat on the ground. I'm gonna have my legs out, and initially I'm going to try to get my pelvis underneath me by pulling the ground towards me and activating my hamstrings, right? So this is gonna prevent me from wanting to extend. And just based off of where the lat's attached, it's very easy when I pull down to want to extend. This would be extension or just smashing the back of our rib cage or smashing that thoracic spine, and we don't want that. So hamstrings on, butt underneath me, take a nice big deep breath at the top, inhale, exhale, maintain your alignment, inhale, exhale, pull. Inhale, exhale, pull. Notice again, I'm trying to stay out of this extension. I want to stay in this nice strong position. There should be a little bit of rounding in my upper back. If you stay in that position, you're going to get a really good effect on your lats. In this variation of a lat pull down, we're going to emphasize a reciprocal pull. So we're going to get some more rotation. We're going to emphasize that one side at a time, which is more athletic. It makes more sense for a human, for a rotary athlete, to work a lot of reciprocal movements into their routine. The setup is the same. I want my hamstrings on. I want my butt underneath me. I want my rib cage down. I'm gonna exhale, my rib cage down. Inhale, fill into my back, and on the next exhale, pull, one side at a time. You can even start to lateralize your body a little bit to try to get obliques. That's a good idea. Inhale up, exhale, pull. Inhale, exhale, pull. Inhale, exhale, pull. I am rotating palm towards me as I pull, and I'm staying pretty tight to my body as I execute that movement.